When it comes to energy, West Texas has got it all. The oil, wind, and now a boom in solar energy.
And you got to have good transmission, how flat the land is, what's underneath the land. It puts all these things together and helps us identify what are the best, places to put a solar facility.
Just 30 miles south of Seminole, Duke Energy just installed a massive solar farm for good reason.
This is a fantastic economic development opportunity for the region. It diversifies the energy and economic base in the community.
With their largest solar project in Texas to date.
This is a 100 megawatt project here in Andrews, Texas. With more than 340,000 solar panels, it spans more than 800 acres.
They are not the first, and certainly not the last, as solar farms continue to pop up all over the state.
Significant amount of customer demand. Commercial and industrial customers want it, residential customers want it, our municipal and co-op friends want it.
In 2019, more than 3,000 megawatts of solar energy were installed. That's enough to power more than 400,000 homes, with 750 solar companies in the state breaking down into 120 manufacturers, 307 installers and developers, creating more than 9,600 jobs.
It takes a lot of people to build one of these things, so we pump a lot of income back into the community.
But solar still has ways to go. Right now, it only represents 1% of the state's electricity.
The oil and gas industry plays an important part of our country's energy supply and requirements, and so does the renewable energy, and I think we just work very well together.
The energy from the Lapetus facility in Andrews going even as far as Dallas.
We do have members, retail loads that we serve.
One of the ways solar energy is able to be transmitted is through the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, also known as ERCOT.
ERCOT is the kind of the grid operator for Texas, so they basically dump into the grid and we purchase it from them.
Here's how it works. ERCOT manages the flow of electric power throughout Texas. That means the distribution company receives electricity from a transmission system, like a solar farm. And from the distribution company, electricity is transferred to your home. ERCOT represents 90% of the state's electric load and connects more than 46,000 miles of transmission lines and 650 generation units. Right now, Lubbock Power and Light is not part of the ERCOT grid, but that's about to change.
We are currently in the process of building about 140 miles of transmission lines to hook up to the ERCOT grid by the summer of 2021.
Lubbock Power and Light receives renewable energy through a contract from Excel and a wind farm in Oklahoma. But it's not just solar farms. More Lubbock homeowners are putting solar panels on their house.
Gone from about 50 or 75 customers 2 years ago to 250, so we've seen a noticeable jump.
This is partly due to the decreasing cost of installing solar panels, a larger presence of installers, and tax incentives, even though they are beginning to change.
Right now, they still are offered, although they are currently being phased out.
The cost to install residential solar panels can differ. It takes about 10 kilowatt usage to power a standard home, but the systems can vary.
But a lot of these systems that are getting put in are 5 or 6 kW systems, and again they are designed to allow customers to offset their electricity usage at the peak times of the year.
LP&L says it's also important to be wary of who you contract to install solar panels, because it is an investment.
But you want to make sure, do they have a presence here in Lubbock? Have they done business here in Lubbock?
Tay Nguyen has installed solar panels on his home as well as 7 additional properties with AMP Solar.
I want to make a difference. Climate change is real.
Seeing his bill go from an average of $130 down to just $30, he says it's worth it.
Now it's time for that jump. I think solar panels is the way, because Lubbock is a sunny area.
As Texas continues to grow as a power hub, one thing is for sure. The future for renewable energy is bright.
It's not